Hi, everybody. This is Maxine Taylor with my September astrological overview. And I am so excited because I have an announcement. Some of you, many of you actually, have asked me, when are you going to teach astrology? Well, I'm doing it now. I'm offering astrology webinars starting on September 18th. You can get all the information on my website, MaxineTaylor.com. It's right there at the first page. You can't miss it. I'm going to be teaching the foundational work, then interpretation, chart interpretation, and then forecasting. Have you ever wanted to be able to read a chart, starting with your own, and maybe that of a loved one? Have you had this desire to become an astrologer? I would love to share with you everything I know. And this is why I'm doing these webinars, starting the first one on September 18th. Now, if you already know all the 12 signs, you can define them, you can write the symbol for each of them, and if you understand the planets that rule them and can write those symbols, and if you have an understanding of the 12 houses, you will not need the foundation chart, foundation webinar. However, you will want to plug in for the chart interpretation webinars, which I will stay in touch with you and I'll tell you all about them. I am offering the foundation classes. These classes, these seminars, are for those of you who know absolutely nothing about astrology. So there are no prerequisites at all. I will show you step by step, and we will be interacting with each other. So I will be your astrological guide, and we'll be using your chart and the chart of a loved one of yours as part of your textbook. So, MaxineTaylor.com. Do it quick. September 18th is going to be here before you know it. Now, let's talk about what all is going on in September. This is quite a month. First of all, many of you know the sun, the giver of life, the center of our solar system, our ego, Mercury, our conscious mind, what we think about and talk about, Venus, our love nature, what we think is beautiful, money, beauty everywhere, and Mars, passion, energy, what we throw ourselves into. You know that all of them, all four of them, are in Virgo. Now, Virgo is the perfectionist. It crosses those T's and dots those I's. Everything it does is designed to bring about perfection. And so there's a real detailed kind of feeling right now with people being very specific, very analytical, perhaps. Where do you have Virgo in your birth chart? That's where the sun and Mercury and Venus and Mars are right now. Then, on the 23rd of September, the sun moves into lovely Libra. Libra, who says the right thing at the right time to the right person, who is politically correct, who is charming. The sun enters Libra on the 23rd. But Mercury and Venus both move into Libra together on the 14th, which is one of the days of the full moon. I say one of the days because the full moon occurs in the Eastern time zone shortly after midnight. So for some of you, it will be on the 13th, others on the 14th. So the full moon is going to be right between that time. And so as Mercury and Venus change signs, what did he say? What did Darth Vader say in Star Wars? I feel a fluctuation in the force, a shift in the force. That's what we will feel. Now, Mars stays in Virgo all month, which is very interesting because it's just getting down to business. So you're going to want to know where these fall in your chart. Now, the thing about September, it's a very interesting month. And when I do my Trumpology report, if I stay up late enough, I'll do it tonight. If not, it'll be first thing tomorrow morning. And I'll tell you where all of this, what I'm fixing to tell you now for you, I'll describe in Trump's chart. We have a very interesting configuration. I'm going to explain this to you. First of all, let me put on my glasses so I can read it. Oh, that's so much better. Gosh. Okay. I just arbitrarily put the Sun and Venus and Mercury and Mars in the first house, Virgo. They are sitting in the first house. So we have all of the power of the Sun, the giver of life, Venus, beauty, Mercury, our thinking, and Mars, I'll fight you for it if I have to, sitting there. The full moon, as I mentioned, between the 13th and 14th, in the 7th house, the full moon brings things to a head. Okay? We start feeling that full moon, some of us, like about 5 days ahead. With this configuration over here in the first house, we are going to start feeling this even sooner because the full moon brings it to a head in the area, in this case, of partnership. It will vary depending on where your planets are, what your sign is, and I will describe those to you in just a few minutes. Neptune, the planet of illusion, wishful thinking, and very often the dream come true, is triggered by the full moon. So we've got this opposition going here from the full moon and Neptune to the 4 planets that move so quickly. Jupiter, the planet of abundance, the greater benefic, the one that brings blessings, is squaring both the Virgo planets and the full moon and Neptune. So we have what is called a T-cross. When something like this occurs, when a T-cross is formed, there is an empty arm. Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius. The empty arm is Gemini. And this is where the energy will be focused. Now, some of you who understand astrology are saying, wait a minute, I have planets in Gemini. Then you will be experiencing a grand square where the energy will be balanced. If you don't have planets in Gemini and you're saying now, well, how do I know if I have planets in Gemini? I'll tell you. Wherever that empty arm is, you're going to throw yourself into that energy, into that area of life. And I will explain it to each of the signs in just a minute. As soon as I put this up on YouTube, I'll jump into Aries and go through all 12 signs. So I'm not going to leave anybody out. You can see this is a very big month. And that the energy of that full moon is going to continue for, oh gosh, probably about another week and a half to 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks we have another new moon. But the power of the full moon in Pisces, dreamy Pisces, can create either wishful thinking or the fulfillment of your dream. And Jupiter adds a lot of, because that's what Jupiter is. So as I go through each sign and talk about you, I hope you get excited, because this can be the month where if you have that T-cross, you're able to throw yourself into the energy that will bring you the whole element of the T-cross. Really exciting. So I think that was all I was going to tell you. The full moon between the 13th and 14th, and then the new moon, which is when things begin. the energy starts moving forward, is on the 28th in beautiful Libra, 5 degrees of Libra. The full moon is 21 Pisces. And I will explain all of this for each of the signs. I know you're going to enjoy it, and I know you're going to want to know where that T-cross is in your solar chart. So go to my website, sign up for my webinars, and I look forward to being with you during the month of September. So, till next month, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.